Welcome to YouTube and welcome to the forest just at the end of my garden. In this preview episode, I'm going to talk you through my motivation towards starting the YouTube channel, as well as then going through the 6 episodes and what you'll be able to expect from each of those. So, my reasons for starting this channel. Firstly, I want to learn how to do video, and I'm going to throw myself in at the deep end and put that online for everyone to see me get hopefully better and better, but starting at a very low point, I imagine. Secondly, over the past year and a half of taking up photography and going from poorly angled, poorly lit, boring photographs to being more interesting and growing a small social media following, I want to share those tips with you so that you can improve your photographs both for social media and hopefully for paid work, for doing events, selling landscapes, everything like that. So in photography, there's no 100% correct way to do anything. But what we're going to do is go through my workflow, the way that I go about editing photos, from taking them in from the camera all the way through to publishing them. The entire course is going to take place at the computer, so that's where we'll head now. So this series is going to be 6 parts. The first part, framing, where we're going to be looking at importing the file into Lightroom, cropping it and straightening it in the different ways that you can do that. The second part, called develop, we're going to look at the basic brightness and contrast settings, as well as using adjustment areas, which are really powerful and will be really important going forwards. The third part is then going to be color. So we're going to look at vibrance, saturation, going into the HSL slider, so you're playing around with the luminance and the saturation of each color individually. And then finally going into camera calibration and playing with the saturation and the relationships between the colors in there. So the fourth part is where we're going to jump from Lightroom into Photoshop. So what we're going to do in there in terms of cleanup is removing distractions, people, and removing haloing that you can get around objects in photographs. So the fifth part is masking. So this is where we're going to be doing some selective editing. So this could be through luminosity masking, through selective color editing inside Photoshop, or through traditional masking and editing the photograph in that way. The final and 6th part will be finishing. So this will be sharpening, adding your vignette, and then potentially a watermark as well, and exporting for whatever medium you want to export it for. So that's a preview over. The next thing you'll see will be episode 1 on framing. So subscribe to the channel if you want a notification for when that comes out. Like this video if you could do. Apparently I've got to tell you to do that. This is YouTube. And also ask in the comments of this video or any of the others if there's any questions or anything you would like answering, and I will get round to that potentially in a extra bonus episode FAQ. See you there. I don't like speaking in front of camera. It's the loudest these fields have ever been. There is some really cool looking haze over there. Don't trip, don't trip, don't trip, don't trip, don't trip, don't trip. Oh God, don't trip.